Well, the business of banking is always intriguing, particularly when you're coming to the UAE and you're looking to try and set up a way to budget better and also make your monthly payments a lot easier. There's a new direct debit system which is available. It's a platform that provides consumers and merchants with a simple and convenient all-in-one solution to conduct all those recurring payments, your gym, school fees, rent, the whole thing. But the best thing about this system is it's bank agnostic. So it's been operational through banks in the UAE for some time, but this system is unique that it's directly integrated into the UAE central bank to make it easier for you. The founder of the direct debit system, Ummair, is joining us here in the studio. Thank you very much for coming in this afternoon.
Thank you very much for having me.
Where did this idea come from? Through your own frustrations?
Absolutely, yes. In early days, early 2010, later 2010, I had one failed business and I had to move to monthly salaried job. And September month always used to be a challenge because your check for your rent is going at the same time your kids. I have two school-going kids, and it used to be a struggle to manage two big checks going in a month's salary. So we used to then go on to the credit card and spend the month that way. And it really used to frustrate me why we are not allowed to pay monthly. So then I investigated a little bit. I'm an accountant by profession, and I found out there wasn't a viable alternative to checks. And check, as you know, was used mostly for as a security instrument more than a payment instrument. And so that's basically what triggered it. I thought we should do something about it. And I had some experience from UK working with direct debits. That's how this idea came about.
And because when I first arrived in 2019 and you're getting your first apartment and then they say they take a check, you're like,
Yes.
Is this 18, 19? Where are we in?
Absolutely. Checks is something which is paper-based, and it has huge latency administrative burden on the businesses. And not to mention, if you've collected 4 checks, for example, the signature mismatch. If you have ever noticed, if you have to write 4 or 5 checks, by the time you're on 3rd or 4th check, your signature does not match with the first one. And it always is a problem. So it's a digital system. It's safe. It's basically central bank backed system. And it's a pull-based mechanism. So instead of like you going on some portal and paying, which landlords or the schools or anybody who you are paying won't like, it's something you sign a mandate with UAE Pass one time, and then for the period of your contract, the money would be automatically deducted from your account on the due dates.
How hard was it to try and be in negotiation with the UAE central bank to try and get this over the line?
It was not easy. That's I can definitely say. But problem we faced was there was really definitive grounds for us applying for that license. And there was another issue. I would try not to be technical here, but most companies here get a bank loan to finance buildings and more than 10s in some cases. So the issue is that bank which has lent you money, they want all the income derived from that asset to end up in their own system. They don't want you to collect any money from any other bank system and then bounce it off. So this meant that mostly big landlords and real estate was not using it. So that's what basically was the basis of my white paper for central bank, that you need to standardize this direct debit system, and we are the people to do it. So now our posture is an aggregator. So the settlements are actually done by central bank. At the moment, we have a live client which has at the moment 5 different assignments of receivable. One building here, one in Sports City, and one in Media City, and it's working perfectly fine.
Yeah, you're certainly on with the winner. I think you've got an idea that many businesses and people running the household budget are going to think, where has this been? We needed this a long time ago.
Absolutely.
Some of the features and some of the benefits, what I like about it is it helps you budget better each month. That you've got to pay your rent every 3 or 4 times a year, perhaps, and then your outgoings with your budget that you've got to pay, whether it's your car repayments and the gym repayments. But how did you get around working with the banks, knowing that people weren't putting things on credit card where they'd get their 1 or 2% transaction fee?
Well, there are two sides to it. One is the merchant. So the merchants are paying huge amount of fees to the banks. If you have a online banking or you are accepting credit cards, you're paying anywhere between 1 to 3%. Now, if your figure is bigger, let's say it's 10,000 dirham, and you're paying 200 dirham to collect that 10,000, that's a huge outflow of your profit. So that's where direct debit comes in, and we say we will charge you a fixed fee. So our fee is 5 dirham, regardless of you take 1 million or 100 dirham. It doesn't get affected. So the other side is for people. People who use credit card, they think that this offer and 0% that offer. Eventually, collectively we're not going to be winners. That cashback which you received or those miles you received, it might be paid for by your best mate or your next door neighbor. So it's not a crusade against the credit card spend. It's obviously a necessity of today, but it should be a simplified system. 96% population is monthly salaried. You get your salary in, you have your direct debit aligned with it. Two major expenses: rent, school fee. It goes out, on the monthly basis. It just makes life so much easier to budget your monthly incomings and outgoings.
Yeah, you don't get caught out when the rent check comes.
Absolutely, yes.
At the end of the quarter, and you realise, where's this money going to come from?
Right.
We often talk a lot about security and online fraud. I mean, I'm missing parcels because I'm getting WhatsApps from Emirates Post that are real, and I'm thinking they're fraudulent. What are you doing when it comes to the data protection and also, the handling of cybersecurity in this situation?
Excellent question. Yes, we have got a special permission from Smart Dubai government to host our data in a private cloud, which is owned by Dubai government. So that ticks a lot of boxes. So if you're comfortable with your data with Emirates ID, for example, or Dubai Police or KHDA, that's where exactly we are hosted. That makes us Dubai Electronic Security certified, and that's basically is a incredibly safe place to be. We don't have access like you normally have access to data. Generally other companies have or private companies have. So it's all government sort of backed, and also you see our app. There is no access without UAE pass. There is no username and password. So we collect your data. We only give you access if you have Emirates ID. So UAE Pass is the only way to access the app as well as sign the mandate. So in this way, we have ticked a lot of boxes with the central bank as well, being compliant with Data Protection Act of 2022, which is quite brilliant.
I think it's exceptional, particularly given that security of the UAE pass with the fingerprint
Absolutely.
Required and,
Yes.
and the codes and everything. For the direct debit system, at this stage, who have your biggest clients been? Have they been people doing a household budget, or has it been the corporate side of town?
No, it's always will be corporate side. It's a merchant-driven system, which means that even if you, for example, have downloaded the app, you won't be able to find any offer until your merchant, be it school or your payee has basically signed up with us. If they have signed up with us, then you will get an offer of payment. If they decide, and they will decide based on your contract with them, in what installments you're going to pay, and you will digitally look at your installments and your contract, and you will accept it, and then you will sign it with UAE Pass.
Yeah, it's
all paperless. There is no paper involved anywhere.
Which is another part of the convenience of the business. If a corporation and you want to get in, someone wants to get involved, what's the best way to start?
Well, the thing is, we have to go through a KYC, a mandatory KYC process. So
Sure.
basically, there are certain restrictions with certain businesses we can entertain, and certain businesses are off limits. So the easiest way is to call us or on our website, directdebit.ae, or they can call us. That's basically, it's a very short process. We can literally onboard a merchant doing live transaction within a week.
Oh, amazing. Well, look, I think you're committed to a great cause. It's certainly a great innovative idea. It's available for direct debit for collections and also direct debit for payments. And I think that, you're certainly going to be get a lot of businesses that are excited about this. So, Ummair, congratulations on a personal level for showing a bit of the Dubai entrepreneurial spirit.
Thank you.
With coming up with this, and congratulations on all your work.
Thank you very much indeed.
So that website again, it's directdebit.ae if you'd like to find out more about the direct debit system.